We are in that feed.
Hi, y'all. You didn't know if I was coming in right. Okay, so this is April Danielle, Talkin, Greasy. Darnell.
Hey.
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 Okay, so today's episode, we're going to talk about thin privilege. And we have some special guests in the studio. I'm going to go down the line and let y'all introduce yourselves and your social medias and your extracurricular activities and all that good stuff. First up, my friend, my chocolate thunder, Mr. Lake. Go ahead.
How's it going, Talkin Greasy? My name is Lake Windsor. I'm originally from Homer, Louisiana, and my extracurriculars, I have quite a few, but we're going to start with the ones that are legal and PG. But I also have a styling business, Lake's Fashion Club on Instagram, and then you also have my personal account, which is Black Versace. That's BLAC, Versace. So when you get a chance, get on those paws and hit the follow for me.
Hey.
Hello, Talkin Greasy. My name is Romii. I am an event curator for art, music, and fashion. I run Vibes Texas. It's Vibes Texas spelled out on Instagram, and my social media is Romii Ray, ROMIIRAE on all social media.
All right, yeah. It's AJK Jamal from the Problematic Safe Place podcast. We're taking a little hiatus right now, but we'll be back next week. Then nigga Darnell looked at me like, a little. All right,
Hey, I have my hiatus too, so I can't say shit.
Hey, so we gonna be back next week. But definitely follow us at We the Safe Place on Twitter, Instagram. You can catch us on YouTube. We're on all the podcast apps, Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, all that. So check us out. Problematic Safe Place.
I'm like, but somebody that's on hiatus.
Hey, talk your shit.
This is Samantha, the lifestyle creator of the Real Girlfriend Experience. And Dualistic. I have 2 podcasts. Check us out. The Real Girlfriend Experience is basically a blog and a podcast. And then, Dualistic I have with my partner, Cliche. So, I mean, child, I do it all. What you want, I got it.
Yeah,
Okay. Just look me up on Instagram. I'm on Twitter a little bit. S.Marie, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Yeah. I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy all y'all are here. Yay. So, I know you about to say something, Darnell, but I'm going to say, I follow everybody, all y'all, on social media. Lake, me and you are friends,
Right.
but I admire all of y'all. So, yes, thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it.
Appreciate that, April.
Darnell, what you got to say?
I didn't say shit.
You finna say something.
I'm literally sitting here not saying shit.
I mean, that's what we do. We talk greasy. He's finna say something greasy. Okay. So today's topic podcast, and it's something that's been kind of on my mind, on my heart for a while. So if you don't know, you're going to see the video maybe of this. If you've not, I'm all over social media. April Danielle with the Y's. I'm a fluffy girl. I'm big fine. Was it big fine season? We were saying big fine appreciation, all that good stuff. So I'm on the plus side. So I want to talk about thin privilege.
Question of the week. What? Question of the week. Hey.
And so I feel like, especially, some of the people that I've invited to the show have dealt with that before. So I want to start off. So a question I want to start off with is, what is thin privilege? And I want to give the definition that I came up with or that I saw on Urban Dictionary before we get started. So Urban Dictionary, right? That's who I should have went to. Exactly. That's exactly.
It's a setup.
Yeah, right. Anyway, I went to Urban Dictionary. But to Urban Dictionary, they said thin privilege is a concept where overweight and obese people, usually white women but not limited race, gender, or sex, whine about being fat is equal to the years of oppression similar to racism.
Oh, wow. That's a reach.
More accurately, an ongoing game of sour grapes wherein those too lazy to change themselves will instead blame society for the fact that they are missing out on all the best parts of life. Due to their weight, basically.
That's a lot.
Wow. That is a lot. So I guess I want to kind of start with that. One, I guess, have y'all heard of thin privilege, and what do you feel thin privilege is? So since you're to my okay, go ahead.
I'll take this.
EJ.
All right, first off, man, I've never heard of thin privilege until today, but what do I think of it? It's bullshit. Okay? It's straight up bullshit. Because, for instance, let's just be honest. Privilege is a systematic advantage that you're born with.
Ooh,
Okay? It's a systematic advantage you're born with. There's white privilege, okay? Because obviously we know
There
what's going on.
is.
Yeah,
Right.
we know what's going on in the U.S. But thin privilege? Being fat is a choice. For most people, I would say there are obviously like these medical conditions and exceptions, but for the most part, being fat is a choice. And
Disclaimer: EJ's not fat.
But
I was going to say disclaimer: EJ's not fat. I just wanted to say that.
Hey, go ahead. Anybody can come for me, and I'm not saying something is wrong with fat people. I'm not saying that. However, I'm not with the whole movement that fat is
Beautiful.
No, I won't even say that. No, I didn't say it.
For real.
I'm not with the whole thing of denying that being obese or overweight is an unhealthy lifestyle.
No,
I'm not.
No,
what's up?
let's talk about the real privilege.
Go ahead.
You could be a black woman and be fat and look good.
Yeah,
Now, the
true.
rest of y'all,
Yes.
yeah, that's debatable. I'm sorry. I mean, that's the real privilege we talking about.
Let's tell you, these white, fat, ugly feminists are the ones who are ruling
So me
it
and
for
Samantha just
feminism.
gave each other that eye.
What you really
Wait a
trying to
minute,
say,
we
brother,
gonna come back
is
to that. I'm gonna let you finish.
no, I'm the conspiracy brother on this.
Yes,
Because
he is.
ain't
Go
no
ahead.
way in hell. Like literally, this whole thin privilege thing. First thing first, man. Listen, I'm the biggest nigga in this room, so I'm a talk from that standpoint. But at the same time, like I said, this is a black woman only privilege. Like we do, like. If you call a black girl fat, she gonna look at you or just cut you up, and every one of her friends is gonna come after you.
Yeah.
Now, in the other communities, you call her fat, she's in the gym the next day. She's starving herself the next day.
Clutch pearls. How you know I'm not in the gym the next day?
I'm not saying
Yeah.
that. I'm just saying because I mean, listen, I'm all for you feeling good about you because let's get down to the nitty gritty. It come down to self-esteem. You know your body, you know where you come from, and you know where you're at healthy.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But what you can't do is tell me to accept you. That's not, one, that's not your job. And two, it's not my job to look out for your self-esteem.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because it's
I
esteem of
agree on that.
yourself.
So it's basically saying that people that are thin have better like opportunities versus.
Exactly.
Oh, well, that's true.
But it's just
That's
like people
true.
who are
So that's
good-looking.
what it's about.
true.
So it's basically
Is your man
saying,
Crush Monday big?
Yes, some of them.
Yep.
Not big, but he.
First of all,
But not little.
But you already know though, if niggas is different, what you should have asked, Project, and what
Yeah.
she says, Darnell, is your man Crush Monday broke? Oh, that's what you should have asked.
True. That's true.
different for
It's totally different.
Men don't have to be
Right.
good looking.
Right.
have to be good
That
looking.
is
why you don't have to be good
Yes,
looking?
you do.
Right.
No, you don't.
Jay-Z.
You can be deep.
That's Beyonce and her insecurities. Okay,
No,
we
it's
have to
not.
talk about her.
Men, and shout out to Hove, but the fact of the matter is, men, we don't have to be good looking. If we are successful, if we are charming, if we have a good,
Yeah,
if we're
Rick
funny,
Ross.
Yeah, like
if we have resources.
Okay, I agree to a certain
And height.
No, we're guys. We like he said, we got shit we can leverage. If you ugly, do you got dick? If you broke, do you got dick? If you
got dick.
Talking greasy.
I mean, like.
So then what about women then? Women got,
Yeah.
like, why we have to really?
Y'all got it fucked up. I'm sorry.
Listen.
Women have it hard.
Women got it hard. That's why I'm nice to
And
women.
that's yeah.
And most of the time, because
So then
I know they got a
men
hard.
privilege then.
Huh?
There should be men privilege then.
There is a male privilege.
Listen,
But there's not a
hell yeah.
There's no
there's
such
not a
thing.
privilege.
No, there's no such thing as black male privilege. There's no such thing.
When it comes to dating and these hoes, yes.
No,
there is.
not at all.
Black male privilege?
Let me have some wine.
Right, right. We need to open the other bottle. I didn't bring enough bottles.
But April, weren't you? I mean, it's because you helped come up with the topic.
I do.
What about this topic? I guess spoke to you, and then we can kind of go from there because I'm trying to figure out the direction.
Yes. Okay. So this is something. So it comes up every so often on social media. You know, you see about. So my thing is that, you know, big girls didn't come into being popular till the last few years.
True.
I
You
say
know,
Drake.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of Drake.
BBW.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if before, like me growing up, I didn't get. And again, we're gonna have another conversation about this. Social P with social complex. But anyway, I had to call him out. Friend zoning. I've been friend zoned my whole life because what? I'm big. Simply because I was a fat, funny friend. I was beautiful. I was always pretty because I know I'm cute. But anyway, but simply because I don't have the body type of society standards, I was overlooked. But then privileges, one of the questions I wanted to ask as well is, are there more advantages in society when you are thin?
Yeah. I mean, think about it. Your Man Crush Monday might look like Michael B. Jordan. Ain't nobody's Man Crush Monday look like Cedric the Entertainer.
Hold up though. Cedric got hoes though.
Why do we got hoes?
Because he's funny and he's successful.
Funny.
No, because he got what?
And he's correct.
Yes, that's what I mean by
That's it.
successful.
That's
Like,
it.
yeah, he's funny, he's successful, he
It
got hoes.
got nothing to do with his dick.
I ain't doing that type of investigation.
So, Romii, I want you. You've been saying that your Man Crush Monday is not thin. So I want you don't have to talk about him. Who it is? Name drop.
Yeah.
Who is he?
But,
Name,
no,
not name drop.
Don't
Wait.
name drop.
Wait,
Put it out. Put
if
it
it's
out there.
community dick, don't keep his name out your
Not
mouth.
community dick.
I'm just saying. Look at it. She said it like a killer.
Yeah, somebody needs to open it. We need to work on this line.
I think.
But you want to kind of speak on it, like the thin privilege and what you've experienced as thin privilege, and do you think there are advantages to be in society, to being thin or big or whatever?
I feel like people feel like you have to be thin to like get attention, or I feel like with women in general and sometimes guys, they feel like because you are thin or whatever that you have certain things you can get away with. But I don't feel like in my eyes you don't get away. It's no pass. But my Man Crush Monday is not thin. I'm not into thin guys. So
Who's your Man Crush Monday? Like, can we get a reference? Like,
No.
But
She don't want, first
comparison.
of all, she don't want to share him.
But
She don't want everybody on his dick.
But you know what? But she is a artist essentially. So I mean, her views of people's shapes and everything, she'll be a little bit more open. So that makes sense.
I mean, but you heard Chili's wish list?
No, I haven't.
See,
Chili, like TLC Chili?
Listen,
Yeah, TLC Chili.
Okay, what's her wish list?
Chili playing in her pussy right now. Because she about
If she fucking around with Floyd Mayweather, so boom, boom. Your list is already.
What's wrong with Floyd?
He can't read.
He can count?
Can he?
Shit.
Or does his accountant count for him?
It's true. Most people who can't read can count very
But
well.
can he do? Is that been verified, or does his accountant count for him? We haven't never seen him write. We've never seen him count money or read.
man till he get.
But go ahead with Chili's wish list. What was her list?
I think she requested he had a 6-pack. He was like 6'4", I forgot the amount of money that she said made, but she had like a long ass list back when she had that show.
But she's single, right?
Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
Maybe Santa Claus will visit her list sometime. But
And no disrespect, what about in the gay community? Do they kind of is it all about body? What you can bring to the table? What?
in the gay community, I would say it depends. It depends. Most people, they want to look for the body. Gay community, I feel, for myself, I want to speak for all LGBTQ. I think it's kind of superficial. Like, everyone wants, of course, the Chili's wishes. They want the 6-pack. And then, of course, as you get older in age, you kind of, it kind of brain rocks. Like, okay, I'm getting older. I need to kind of, for the more so, settle for something. Of course, you're not going to go out here and settle for any damn thing, of course. But, of course, anybody, like, for me, like, in my heaviest, I was 300 pounds. But I knew for myself, like, I wanted to be healthy. Like, there's health issues that ran through my family. So it wasn't even for society. It wasn't even for all that. It was just strictly for me to dodge any kind of health issues. And so when I look for a partner, or look for someone that I'm seeking in, I know you don't necessarily have to be fit, but I want you in the gym, because if I want to build with you, I want to be alive with you. So I want you around for the long term. So I don't want to get into a whole deep on relationship with you, and then you're obese, and then 10 years on down the line you pass away, and then I'm a widow. I'm gonna have to go out here and do this bullshit all over again. So it's like, that's how I kind of look at it. But of course, to answer your question, in the gay community, there is a stigma where you have to have, of course, the nice ass, the nice thighs, the 6-pack, the body, all that in one as a total package. So
I kind of have a question for you, like to build on, to go off of that, because you did speak on it a little bit. Just a disclaimer: me and like know each other before the show. So, do you feel like when you were bigger and now that you're smaller and fine, you was fine either way. He was chocolate fine either way. But anyway, do you feel like you were treated differently?
No, because even when in my heaviest, I had confidence. Confidence sells. That's what it all goes to. Like in my heaviest, you can tell me shit. Like I still dress, I still wore clothes the same way. Of course, they weren't clothes. They wasn't Zara or anything like that because I wasn't the weight size, right? But of course, like I still wore clothes that fitted me and like complimented my size. But I think it's all about confidence when it boils down to like you can be the biggest nigga in the room, you can be the biggest female in the room. If you got that confidence, you got that personality, you can pull the Chile, you can pull the Ursula, you can pull the Floyd Mayweather. This is all boils down to confidence.
Again, I don't want Floyd.
I'm on the polar opposite of the fence because from 18 to now I've been all type of different sizes, and like I'm telling you from the other side of the fence, it changes people's respect level and perspective of you like a little bit. Like my homeboy EJ, he ain't never seen me be lazy a day in my life, but yet like I don't know, people associated laziness with me
with being big.
When I leave my house, the sun ain't up. When I come back, the sun still ain't up. So it's like,
thank you.
It's like,
me too.
Where you coming from?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Samantha, do you want to speak on that?
I have so much to say.
Yes, girl. I've been wanting to hear your thoughts, lady.
Privilege is whack.
Thank you.
It's some made up. All these privileges, except for colorism.
Yes.
Made up. But then privilege, child. I mean, you big because you're big, right?
Exactly.
It's a choice that you made. Some people are emotional eaters. Example, me. And yes, I am. Yeah, stress eaters and various whatever. And so, like for me being plus size, like I had to gain my confidence. It doesn't matter what size I am. Exactly. I'm going to be confident no matter what. I'll rock a trash bag and walk in the room, and everybody's attention will be on me. However, I do have health issues. Okay. So I need to take care of those so I can live longer.
Exactly.
So I can carry children.
Got you.
And so, yes, I'm making strides to make those changes.
You got a boyfriend, right?
I do.
Why you put it out like maybe she
it's
didn't want
okay.
people to know that?
No, I don't care. Maybe I got a boyfriend.
Maybe she still want people to slide her DMs. Damn.
No, I don't.
Is he a big skinny guy?
Oh, he's skinny, child.
Skinny man.
But I like all size men, actually.
See,
to be
and I want to
honest.
talk on that too, as far as thin privileges, that a lot of times people see bigger people and think, oh, because they're big, they want another big person. And it's not even that. I like all sizes.
Right.
But never have I dated or been with a man that has been bigger than me. Every guy that's ever been attracted to me or dated or fucked or whatever has been smaller than me.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, I mean, so they out there, ladies. They out there. And that was me and Samantha, we were actually talking about that, about, how it's been in society recently, BBWs, and got, it's been the trend or whatever else. So my thing is, though, I don't want you to be big fine appreciation on Twitter. I need you to, like, you finna walk me down Dallas. We finna go to Deep Ellum and holding hands and be like, you finna acknowledge me. Yeah. Right, you finna acknowledge me, nigga. I'm finna be like, yes. Yes. I'm finna be all on your post.
Yeah.
You posting something, I'm gonna be like, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm her.
Yeah.
You better than me. Even when I'm in a relationship, I act like a side nigga. Cause I'm not that big on like you gotta prove you with me. Like I remember I dropped the girl off at the apartment and she like, and one nigga saw her get out the car. Oh, so you like big niggas now? Like, okay.
See, but then that's my thing is like, why does it have to be big? Like, why does it have to be about size? It's about the person.
Right.
It's not even about.
If you don't get the fuck out,
Because everybody's sizes.
It's hard.
this ain't no damn
Come on.
Disney film.
Come on.
Wait the fuck up.
I'm from Missouri.
It's not, but come on now.
What's your preference?
Okay, let's be honest.
like?
Okay, yeah, what you like, Donut? Because you
Pussy.
was like, thank you. Well, I'm
Well, okay. Well,
What's the saying in the South? Pussy don't have a face, so I guess you're right.
That is true.
Pussy ain't got a face, so.
It all feels.
I know, right? Who cares?
Well, that's
everybody
I don't think it all feels the same.
Everybody look the same when the lights off, so.
Okay, so real quick, we're gonna come back to this. Everybody, think about their thoughts, what they want to talk about. We're gonna come out with some more questions, and I thank y'all again. Okay. We're gonna take a quick break, pay bills, all that good stuff, and we'll come right back.
This episode is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/greasy. There you'll have access to over 180,000 titles right from your smartphone.
Y'all niggas is lying. It's time to talk that shit.
And we're back on Talking Greasy. We still talking about this thin privilege shit, but before we keep it moving, what do everybody think about the black community and our ideas on weight? Because I hate going to like a family cookout. If you're too big, oh my God. Yeah, and then if you're too skinny, it's like, baby, get him a plate. It's like, you want to kill me either way.
Right. It's like if you skinny, it's like get them a plate. If you too big, they going for a second plate. Right. Like it's like, damn, you got too much on your plate. Right.
Yeah, but you said you were mixed, and when you had your chilling with your family and everybody's relaxing, how the white side act about weight and your black family members talk about their weight?
My white side, they're more so, they joke about it, but they really don't speak on it. Everyone's trying to like get in shape. So. My black side, no one ever really speaks on. Like my black side is more like uppity kind of. So it's like they're like, we all get together, eat, cook, and all that everything. But we don't ever like speak on like, oh, you need to work out or you need to quit. Why you eat so much? We never speak on that. Like my dad, he used to be like, I think like 350, and he's now down to like 200. So he's the one that basically like.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the one that like basically like gets everyone to like do better in regards to like health.
Yeah, but when it comes to like weight and all that stuff in the black community, and then I'm gonna kick it back to April, like people really don't talk about like shit. Like, do we really have access to good food? Like, if you
that's the issue.
Like, if you ain't got a car, you basically gotta whatever's around you is basically your food. Like, I didn't know until I got like a car, like an 18, 19. I used to go to the rich neighborhoods just to see why they want to live there versus where I live. I'll go in the grocery store. The fruit actually look like fruit. The shit actually got seeds in it. I'm like, damn, what they feeding our black asses back at home?
And like that's the black and Hispanic communities though. They always have like the low end type food places and like even like Winkobe and like they don't have Winco in like the uppity white areas or like white areas. So I feel like it's the Mexican and the black.
Yeah.
Wait, so you gotta be Mexican to get Winco? Right.
I live in a Mexican area and we definitely have a Winco.
We do too. Where I'm at.
What's a Winco?
Yeah, I've never heard of I've never heard of
First of all, this is how you know Lake don't live in the hood. Lake don't live in the hood. This is how you know.
Wow.
I don't know what Winco is.
Educate me. I want to know.
It's in Garland.
It's a grocery store. It's a grocery store.
Okay.
But it's owned by, it's like a what's it called?
It's like family owned.
Yeah, family owned. It is owned by their employees, so the employees have stock in the company as well.
Yeah, so they pay them good like Chick-fil-A.
So like you gotta bring your own bags, kind of like all these.
So
Yeah.
But they have their own bags and Winco.
Wow,
Everything's different.
Man, this nigga sounded hella rich.
Right, what's a win?
$1.
I've never heard of that. Hey. I know now, so I'm gonna look out for a Winco. I'm gonna pull in a Winco. I'm gonna make it rain in Winco.
But April, you had some other questions?
Well, I like what you're talking about, like as far as the black community. Like, have y'all, anybody else, and you spoke on your experience being mixed. I spoke on my experience. Like, so my grandma growing up, I didn't know this until I got older that she was shading me. My grandma, she saw it, be like, "Oh, you looking real healthy, baby." And I'm like, "Thank you."
Yeah.
And then I got older, and I'm like, people was like, "That means fat." I'm like, "That's my grandma was calling me fat this whole time. I thought she was just trying to be right. I thought she was being nice and encouraging me. She was just basically saying I'm fat and then I'm eating.
Oh, wow.
Right. So like, have anybody else experienced that in the black community? Like, what do you feel like as far as being big or thin in the black community, and how has that affected you?
Well, EJ, you Nigerian.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So see, Nigerians, we just say it straight up. You're fat, and it's nothing. It's nothing. We don't
Okay,
think
just
it's
be blunt with
insulting.
it.
It's just
Right.
we just say it, you know. So it's like you're fat. But on my black side, on my African American side, because my mom is African American, my dad's Nigerian. On my African American side, it's about you gotta be thick. You know, like it was like trying to back you up.
Right.
Like when I've been slacking off in the gym for the past few weeks, but I mean like when I'm on point, y'all see in about a month or so, all right? But when I'm like on point,
results are coming.
Yeah, when the results are where they should be, my family member they'll sit and be like, okay, you need to eat something. Like you getting skinny, you getting thin, and I've never been thin my whole life. I've never been thin. Always been kind of built, but to them it's thin. But growing up though, I used to be on the Nigerian side, I'd be called fat.
Really?
Yeah.
So anything bigger than what you are is fat in
Pretty much.
Nigerian culture.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, so I'm obese.
Damn.
I'm triple obese, right?
But see,
Like, oh,
Africans love big women. That's
yeah, they do. Right. So that's
Yeah.
weird.
Rich.
That's weird to me is that y'all don't really consider anything bigger than you as obese, but y'all
They
like.
say what they like.
I mean,
Right.
no shade, but I mean, they need green cards.
No.
Hey,
You know
what?
You're not
I
wrong.
told y'all parking lot John before I came in
I feel
here.
so much
He
on
was
this
Nigerian.
subject 'cause I'm pretty close.
Listen, man.
I can't talk about the green cards.
Hey, lay up under a big girl for 3 years and come to a new country, or go back to Africa and do I mean, that seems like that choice made its own self. I can pretend to
I know
like
somebody
somebody.
in this situation. I see the signs.
Listen, I can pretend to like you for 3 years. I can do that.
Oh, wow. That's a
that-
fuck boy right there. That's a fuck boy behavior
Call
right
it what it
there.
is.
Hey, listen.
That's opportunist. That's a fuck boy. That's
Come on.
Yo,
like
I have
for 3
nothing
years.
against. I have nothing against the
Listen.
immigrants trying to do better for themselves and make it to the country.
Listen.
I'm
Would
all
you
for it.
rather?
It's
Would you
fucked up,
rather?
but-
Would you rather be in a country where not Africa per se, but let's say
Africa's a continent.
let's say Mexico. Let's say Mexico, where the cartel kill people every week. Your life is on the line, and you lucky if you make past $10 a day, and versus pretend to like somebody for 3 years.
I would
And
rather
that's-
you be honest.
I was just gonna say, you
Just
got
let
the
me know.
cartel,
You
but you gonna
paying,
come to the
so
States
just
and
let
deal
me
with my
know.
ass. I'm 10 times worse than the cartel.
Thank you.
I have nothing against an immigrant trying to make it, man. It's
I
fucked
would
up.
rather you be honest about your shit.
Exactly. Be like, look, I need this green
need-
card. Be
yeah,
like, okay, I'm
I
finna
got
come
this
up.
much money.
You
Right.
got this green card. Give me 10
So
grand.
when you start getting them immigrant checks,
They don't have shit though. They
Right.
came here with nothing. They don't have shit. They don't have 10 grand.
Oh, well. You're gonna be on a payment plan. Run me my check
Contract.
every month or your ass going
Run
back
me
to
my
the place
money.
at. Let's get in my contract.
Samantha, and like I'm very curious about both of your experiences growing up in the black community, especially because you're from Louisiana.
yeah, and all
you
that
know with the
food,
food,
child.
right? That's what everybody talks about.
Food.
Since I moved down here, I'm originally from Missouri. I tell y'all, as soon as I moved down, everybody's like, "You been in Louisiana?" I'm like, "No, not yet."
The
They was like, "You need,
food.
so the food, the culture, and the black family, black community, how, and then of course like I said, you were bigger, and then now you are fit and fine. You was big and fine, but you fit and fine now. But how did you grow up? How was that?
So, being from Louisiana, where the culture is all around food, so there's different type of food. You got your Creole, you got your French, you just got your regular African American food. And me being from Louisiana, I wasn't a big fan of soul food, believe it or not. But my family, it was kind of, from where I'm from, my family is if you're not big, you're not healthy for the most part, if that makes sense. So, like, with me coming home, being bigger, like, my family's like, oh, okay, you're doing good, you're looking great. Like, of course, once I started my transformation, started losing weight, every time I would come home, my mom and dad would kind of look at me and was like, okay, is everything okay? Is money, is
Right.
money all right?
Are you stressed out? Right.
Yeah, it was like, I know you're going to grad school. Is everything good with you? I was like, oh, everything good. I'm just trying to lose weight. And it was like, oh, okay, we fine with that. And then, like, of course, I go home, like, twice a year. So every time I would come home, of course, I'm smaller and smaller. And so at one point, my mama, like, had a conversation with me. She was like, you can tell me anything. Are you on drugs? I was like, no, I'm not on drugs. She was like,
But you know what? He brings up a good point. Have you noticed anything that's positive for the black community we weary of a little bit?
Right.
Like,
Examples, like
what-
what you mean?
Like,
Other than the weight.
like exercise or something. Like, you should be in the gym a lot. Is that a problem?
it's like it's an issue.
Like, am I bothering you?
Right, you get a promotion, you start making more money. You selling drugs? Like what? Damn, like what? I could be doing the negative.
I swear, when black people do anything positive, it's like we gotta throw a negative in there.
Yeah, it's like you successful, you're part of Illuminati.
Right, exactly.
Or if you get famous, oh, you gay. Like,
Well,
I've never heard of that. Oh, you successful.
But again, you from Pleasant Grove.
I'm from Pleasant Grove. Like
JK.
What about you, Samantha? What have you had any growing up, black community, black family, any kind of?
No, because they always just talked about body parts. That were bigger.
It
was all,
Yeah.
They were always talking about these assets that are right here. They were never talking about weight. It was just always, girl, you got some big boobs. Where you get them from? That was always a topic of discussion. It was never, girl, you need to stop eating. But later, growing up, like in my 20s, it's like, okay, you breathing like a fat girl. What's going on?
Damn.
You had.
Yeah, right. I just made a post about that. They was like, do you ever stop trying to hold your breath when you're going up a hill so people don't understand, see how you struggling? I don't care anymore. Like I live on the 3rd floor. Every time
I do too.
Every time I come up my stairs, I stop at the top. I'm like, ooh, child. And my neighbors know I'm home. My dog start barking and be like, Abraham. I'm like, yes, bitch, I'm home. I'm like, shit, my fat ass is climbed up on these stairs. Ooh, child, I need a break.
Old people walking up the stairs and then you hear them loud, but thank you, Jesus.
I made another flight.
Right, it took a lot to get up here.
But I think as my mother had health problems, she started, because she was like me. We were both fluffy. And then she had weight loss surgery. And so she was like, okay, girl,
okay.
What you gonna do?
Right, what you gonna do?
And so I was like, well, I never really thought about weight loss surgery. I have several friends who've had it, but that's nothing that that's a life change.
Yeah, the thing about weight loss surgery is you have to change your lifestyle along with it. Because I know somebody personally who got the surgery, but ended up gaining all of that weight back within the year just because they didn't change anything.
It's mental too.
Yeah, I know what you mean because the one thing I hate about the black community is the whole we only come together. We either come together to eat, fuck, or a funeral. Like it's never really. It's like food is like our centerpiece to bring us together, and I don't think that's 100% healthy. If you ask me,
I agree with that because when you say free food, black folks there.
Hell yeah,
like, we there.
Especially you say free,
right? Food, we there. Like we there. It don't matter. Like food there, free food there. We there. Like we there.
It's like niggas can smell the skillet warming up. Like when you say free food. And I'm like, bro, dog, I should see you more often than
food.
Yeah, or especially Thanksgiving. That's like the Super Bowl of niggerdom.
Yeah.
That's like the
that
Super
or Christmas,
Bowl.
Right. So to kind of, end the show, getting to the end, I wanted to ask some final questions. So as far as I'm fluffy, like I'm fluffy. I've been losing weight. I'm not as big as I was. I've lost some weight.
That's right. Shout out to you.
I'm being a little thick fine. The DM's been popping too.
Okay.
But as far as being either thin or fluffy or bigger or however you identify, do you feel like you have had more access in life or have you been denied things in life depending on your weight? Like, I'll start with you.
I would say access or denied. Denied when I was heavy set, of course, I was denied some of the retail stores. That's the only takeaway from it. Like, now that I'm of size, like, I can go in and I can go into the Zara's, I can go into the designers without overpaying for them to make my size or anything like that. That's the only gain and takeaway. Other than that, I've had no issues from corporate America down to being an entrepreneur.
Okay. All right. Rum?
I don't think I have any issues either. I feel like I love my body, so.
Oh, well, good. That's awesome. Shoot.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, right. Come through. EJ?
I never faced discrimination for my size per se. But
your height.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Height shame. You know what? Being tall is a privilege.
Yeah.
Okay, because again,
Tall
privilege is something that you are born, a systematic advantage that you are born with. You know? So yeah, you might come across that being short, but I compensate in other ways. So I mean, I'm not really hurting, but I get it. I just realized.
Eyes emoji.
I'm gonna say what ways.
I say for me, I don't feel like I've been discriminated against. I mean, the opportunities that I had or have, that's me, the person. Right. Like, you know, that's up to me to get those opportunities, but I don't feel like weight was an issue.
Okay. Darnell, you want to speak on it?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I'm telling you, like, the bigger I got, the least amount of women I got. Well, I take that back. But it do change how people talk to you and treat to you. Like, especially with black women, because if a black woman don't like you and you just say simple shit like hi, the mood on their face or they clap back for something simple is swift. Cause you know, I'm
like, why you talking?
Exactly. Like, I'm not even a nice person. I'm just cordial. Everybody think I'm nice. I'm just cordial.
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, ma'am, how's your day? Oh. Okay, fuck your day, fuck your mama.
Fuck your mama.
Hey, oh, fuck you then, bitch.
Like, damn, I'm too ugly to say hello to? Yeah, that hurt. That's a special type of ugly.
Because guys always thirst over women, and we so used to people like throwing in stuff like us. So it's like, okay, what you want?
Listen, you can ask my nigga EJ right here. I ain't been thirsty after a woman in years.
No,
I promise.
It's true.
We're not saying that you might be thirsty. Like we so.
But we just so used to dealing with it,
Yeah.
right?
You thick.
Right.
Oh, you thick.
Yeah,
Like,
and
You just a
But
spoiled.
isn't that a
You
compliment,
a
though?
whore. You a spoiled
But it's
whore.
like you don't have to like keep telling me or like chase me down. Like I had someone chase me in the store one day, and I had to go off of him in front of the whole store.
Wow.
Somebody
Somebody
stopped
follow
me.
me. Yeah.
Damn, you got that much ass? Nigga, no. Like, you got him like that.
I don't even be paying attention.
Like,
I feel like I have.
Thank you.
he kept trying to get my attention. I told him I'm not interested. Like I'm not interested. He chased me into the store, followed me down to the grocery
okay,
store.
Okay, that's crazy.
When you say you're
that's
not
crazy.
interested, it keeps going, then that's harassment.
Oh yeah, that's harassment like a motherfucker.
I feel like I felt it, not necessarily career-wise. I feel like because I've always been confident and I know I'm smart and I know I'm, like I can do my damn thing. I hold my, that way. But as far as society, men, all that good stuff, probably because I actually had a dude not too long ago, Demon. He's like, you just recently got fined, didn't you? I'm like, yeah. I was like, but I was
Wait.
He was like, yeah.
What does that mean?
He was like, you're not used to the attention. You're not used to dudes DMing you and everything. He was like, I could tell. He's like, I could tell that you probably aren't used to this. He was like, you probably, and I was like, and I had to agree though. I was like, you ain't lying.
And
You're
those are the
not
best females to talk to. I
Man.
want a girl who was ugly.
April Danielle.
Okay, who was ugly when she was growing up and then blossomed.
Man,
because then she learned humility.
EJ, we talked about this. We said this a long time ago.
Yeah.
We want to make it good with reasonable self-esteem or low self-esteem.
Not make it good with low self-esteem. What you think low self-esteem? Right.
Nah, because like.
Low self-esteem, she might cheat on you because she got some low self-esteem.
Listen,
she don't cheat on you.
I'm faithful-ish.
the word she go cheat.
Did you say you faithful-ish?
I'm not playing with you today, Darnell. He said faithful-ish.
For real, I mean, you have fun, but all I'm saying is, when it comes to the whole dealing with a woman's self-esteem, it's like a weird little balance beam. If it's too low, you're gonna have problems. If it's too high, it's gonna be like, damn. Well, you gotta match that self-esteem, or you gotta keep that self-esteem up to it, which sucks because I feel like this whole thin privilege thing, like I said at the beginning of the episode, is a self-esteem issue. I know what the world thinks. I know what type of images they want to put out. They want to put out a Marilyn Monroe. They want to put out all these other type women and body types, when the average size is what, like 12, 13, 14? That's the average size.
Yeah.
14.
I mean, that's just what it is. But at the end of the day, this whole thin privilege thing, me personally, I think it's just a black issue. I hope
It's not a black issue.
a black female issue.
You're saying only black females claim thin privilege.
Yes.
Hell no. All of the ugly white feminists that I would say they're the ones who claim thin privilege. I do. And you know, like that. Oh, you talking about the white feminists? Yeah. And the thing with them is, I don't know one attractive white woman who identifies as a feminist. I haven't seen it. I've never seen an attractive white feminist self-proclaimed.
I'm gonna have to look at that because I don't know if he's lying. He might not be lying.
Yeah. I've never seen it. But yeah, I think that's just but that whole thin privilege, man, that's some sore loser shit. You're just a sore loser.
I think you just have to take accountability.
Yeah. It's like you could be comfortable in your own skin. Be you, do you. But trying to shame other people for keeping a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also on the opposite side, don't shame somebody just because they are not as healthy or as small as you.
I agree.
Just because I'm big doesn't mean I'm not healthy. Because I feel like I'm healthier than probably a lot of thin bitches.
True.
I go to the doctor all the time. I use my insurance. I pay for that shit. So Dr. Birmingham, I'd be like, what's going on? You know. So, But so I just kind of want to. I thank y'all. I want to thank y'all. We had our time. This was a good discussion. We might have a thin privilege too. We might have to.
Bring it back.
Right. But I want to make sure everybody gets a shout out and, tells their social media and all that good stuff. Lake, you want to go ahead and go through yours again?
All right. Again, my name is Lake Windsor, reeling from Homer, Louisiana. You can follow me personal page, Black Versace. That's BLAC Versace. Business page, Lakes Fashion Club. All together, Lakes with an S. Fashion Club spelled with a K.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, I'm Romii Ray again. I'm an event curator for art, music, and fashion. And my business page is Vibes Texas spelled out, and it's same on every social media. And my social media for my personal is Romii Ray, ROMIIRAE.
Yeah.
All right. Yep, it's AGK Jamal. You can follow me at EJIKEJAMAL. And once again, check out the podcast, Problematic Safe Place. Follow us at We the Safe Place, IG, Twitter, your favorite podcast app, YouTube, all of that.
Child, you have a radio voice. I'm like, damn. And then I gotta go.
You got it. You got it.
He really does.
Appreciate it.
S. Marie. This is Samantha, the real girlfriend experience. And also a part of Dualistic. Yeah, you can find me everywhere, child. I'm everywhere you want to be.
And I'm going to end with me, April Danielle. Well, not end, but Darnell. This is April Danielle. So on everything else, it's April Danielle, APRYLDANYELLE. I was trying to be fancy. And on Facebook, it's just April Danielle. And also on Talkin Greasy and all of our social media platforms and streaming platforms. Follow our YouTube, like, listen, subscribe, and listen to all the greasy shit we talk about. Darnell?
It's your boy Darnell. If you would like to be a guest on the show, hit us up at talkinggreasy@gmail.com. Also, if you would like to be a guest, again, hit us up at talkinggreasy@gmail.com. Also, my personal social media is Darnell Does It on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Send titties. And also,
This nigga.
it ain't easy talking greasy.
All sizes accepted.
Yes.
No.
That's a whole nother topic, child.
He said no. I can't see it.
Can't keep on losing you over complications. Gone too soon. Wait, we was just hanging. I can't seem to hold on to.